Well, hello there, folks, and a very warm welcome as usual back to What's for Tea. And I hope that I find you all very well indeed. And tonight for tea, we're having a Scottish classic, one I haven't made for years. And this is a typical what your granny used to make Scottish recipe. This is classic Scottish herring in oatmeal. You know, the oatmeal is just used, as a coating for the fish. It's a very simple recipe. I'll run you through everything that I'm using, and this recipe will give you enough for 4 people. Now, you'll need a nice fine oatmeal. This is the one that I'm using here, and you'll need about 8 to 10 tablespoons depending on the size of your fish. This was my herring here, so I got this from my local fishmonger, and that will do 4 servings. A wee sprinkling of parsley just at the end, some butter for frying, and then for seasoning I've got a wee touch of celery salt, some smoked paprika as well, and then just some fresh cracked black pepper, and you'll also need some salt, and then a few lemon wedges just for your plate at the end. So the first thing you want to do is gently run your fish fillets under some cold water or in a bowl, just to get rid of any nasties that might be on your fish. And then you want to pop these onto some kitchen towel and then just gently pat these dry just to get rid of any excess water, just to make sure that your oatmeal sticks nicely. So just pat this down. Be nice and gentle with it because you don't want your fish to split in half, which is always the danger with this kind of fish. And then on a plate, you want to pop your oatmeal, about 8 to 10 tablespoons, depending on the size of your fish. Give that a wee shake down, then we're going to add our seasoning. So I've got salt and pepper, celery salt, and also smoked paprika. You can leave this completely plain if you like. I find it a wee bit boring without adding anything, especially the celery salt. It really does add something really nice, but it's completely up to you what you add to this. You can even add herbs, if you prefer. So pop your fillets in and then very gently pat your oatmeal and seasoning into your fish. I always start with the skin side down and then flip it over and do the fleshy side. It doesn't really matter, and don't be too worried if your oatmeal isn't sticking to your skin side, because it doesn't have a tendency to stick very well to the skin side, so don't be concerned about that at all. As long as you've got a good coating on the top, your fleshy part, you are good to go. So just do this for all of your fish, and I'll just quickly show you me doing 2 of these. I'm only going to need 2 of these at the moment just for the purpose of the video, and just shake off any excess and then just pop that onto a wee plate at the back. So I'll let you see me doing this one as well, and I'll catch up with you in a wee second. Like I said, just shake off your excess just to make sure there's not too much, loose oatmeal in your pan. Go over to your cooker. You want a kind of low to medium heat for this. You don't want this too warm because you don't want your fish burning or the oatmeal burning. Gently place those in your pan and let those fry away gently for about 3 or 4, possibly 5 minutes per side, depending on how thick your fish are. Mine were quite fine, so these took about 4 minutes per side, and you should be able to move these about in the pan. They shouldn't be stuck at all. You can add extra butter if you need to, because your oatmeal will suck up, a lot of that butter. They will act in the same kind of way that breadcrumbs do, in that they will soak up any liquid that's in your pan. So just add some extra butter as you need to, and halfway through, just gently flip your fish over and then just finish cooking on the other side. I am just adding another wee bit of butter here because my pan was getting quite dry, but you will know yourself when you will need to add. You will probably need between 1 and 3 tablespoons of butter, and then just a final wee flip round just to make sure they are done on the underside, and I was really happy with these. You want just a nice wee golden colour on there, and you can see that it's just starting to catch in certain areas, so I know that these ones are ready. You don't want to overcook these because these do go very dry very quickly, so I wouldn't give these any more than 5 minutes per side, depending, like I said, how thick your fish fillets are. So I've just made some crushed new baby potatoes with some parsley and butter. I've used my ring just to make it extra fancy, or I wouldn't usually bother if I wasn't doing a video. It just went straight onto the plate. And then the fish fillet on the side, some garden peas, a wee wedge of lemon and some parsley. And, you know, it's just lovely, ever so simple, like I said, very minimal ingredients. And these wee fish fillets are very inexpensive. These were only £2 for two in my local fishmonger. And my local fishmonger is quite expensive. So yeah, it's a very inexpensive piece of fish. So do let me know what you thought of that one, whether you're planning on giving it a go. And can you get herring where you are, because we can only get this at certain times of the year. Obviously just now is a perfect time of the year to get herring. I did try and get it a few weeks ago and I was scolded and told you're far too early, so I did have to wait. But thank you all for watching once again, and a huge thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, to the channel members here on YouTube, for you all for leaving your lovely comments, those that have bought me a coffee using the Buy Me a Coffee link, and those that have left me a super thanks donation on the channel as well. It's all very much appreciated, and thank you to those of you who shared the videos as well. And I will catch up with you during the week for another wee video or 3 back here on What's for Tea. So take care and bye for now. Bye now.